Hello guys, I'm going to do a quick reading. I might have to pull my sunglasses down. The lights, I've been getting some light sensitivity today. So let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to use a couple of piles here. There's pile 1. Pile 2. Oh, we've got some divine masculine energy that pulled in there. We'll put that right there. Okay. Pile 3. We're going to do 4 piles. And pile 4. Underlying here, home, Queen of Pentacles. You're very grounded in attaining something right now, okay? Whatever that is, person, place, or thing. So, pile 1. This is a bit of a karmic connection here. Somebody's really going through their inner child work. This could be somebody that's got a really interesting piercing, like the, 2 piercings on the lip. Could be like a masculine energy that has a long piercing, like earring they like to wear. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's a masculine energy. But this is the third eye opened, and this is someone who is really going through this massive inner child, like sort of deep work and awakening. So tell me about this, Spirit. The Tower with a crossing energy of Prince of Swords. This person is learning some mind-blowing things. And this is having them, like, they're very open, they're very awakened, they're in a very vulnerable energy right now. But there's some sort of trauma that could be very intimate that they are not processing yet. Okay, thank you. And so they could be very focused on sexualizing you in some way, or making you the center of their attention and focusing all of their emotions on you instead of on what they need to be healing. Okay. Anything else here? Spirit, thank you. 10 of Cups. So this could be somebody that you are already committed to, or this could be a friend. I think that regardless, you are talking to other people about how much you care about this person and your worries. You don't want to leave them behind, so to speak. Okay. It's almost like you are hoping that this person goes back to being who they were. Some of you might be worried that you're trying to rekindle the relationship. You're trying to bring it more deeper and closer. You might be trying to bring them back to church. Okay. Yeah. This is someone that I think that you already have in your life, that you have a very defined relationship with. Okay. Any sort of timing here, Spirit? Pile 1. Yeah, this is going through a deep healing process that could be very hard to process, to handle, to maintain for both sides. I feel like that's why Spirit's just kind of telling you to get grounded, okay? This may start to kind of rehome harvest what you are putting in right now come fall. All right. So I hope that helps pile 1. You may find that you have a little different relationships from different piles as well. Pile 2. This is a masculine energy that is awakening. In part, there's this part of them like, I need to take my pride away. I don't want to get too emotional, but I need to say something. I don't want to get emotional, but I don't want my pride to get in the way. Now, this had a divine masculine energy that snuck out. These two are mirroring each other. Okay. So there could also be mixed race here. And whatever this masculine energy is saying to the feminine heart is receiving it. It's almost like breaking through this cold exterior that they have been feeling. This could be a first conversation after a long time of not speaking, because they are showing me stagnancy. But this stagnancy was more on the masculine side to get into their deep inner workings, okay? This is a healing phase. 4 of Swords. And I'm kind of getting the feeling that this is just kind of the soul getting back on track. You're not really to the truth yet of the happiness, but it's moving in a good direction right now. Three of Pentacles. There is something blocking this from being in the happiness, okay? Some sort of abstract. And it's something from the past. Could just be fears, dreams, the feminine may have a lot of control, inner child, and other sort of intimate relationship wounds. And yet they come across very vibrant. They're almost like so out front about their inner child wounds that you're like, they've conquered them. But they're still back in the like Little Red Riding Hood sort of phase, okay? There's a lot of fight or flight there. But I kind of feel like this is part of why you two were brought together, is to work through some of these things together. Yeah, you are the yin and the yang, but you guys go through cycles of push and pull and emotional separation. But you're never broken in that crown chakra. The one may try to control things a lot, while the other one gets deeply in their emotional mind. But the one is always sending, always sending and receiving these very deep, energetic communications back and forth between the two of love, okay? But again, there's something in the middle of this, and for some of it, it could just be this pride, and maybe that's why this masculine energy is about to get rid of their pride. One more, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, and let's align this. Let's bring this to where it needs to be. But there is a challenge coming in here. For some of you, the one person may have thought that it was over, and now there's a little competition, and there's going to be some jealousy if that's the case. But it's being mirrored for a reason. Say what you need to say, okay? take that energy. Yeah, okay. What else, Spirit? Again, Three of Swords, Three of Swords. There's some healing to do about some abandonment. I feel like somebody, again, could be upset that they feel like they're being left behind. This could happen in the next 2 weeks, and the Divine Feminine may have to smooth some things over, okay? Because somebody's a little butthurt, okay? Yeah, this was not anyone's intention. This was just stagnancy, okay? But never out of each other's minds, memories of love. And I do feel like this is all been meant to, again, disrupt the stagnancy of the Divine Masculine energy. Recognize what it was that they truly wanted. What did I create this for? Okay. Any timing here, Spirit? Again, higher heart chakra, Neptune energy. You two are psychically connected. Could be that Taurus is going to be an offer that comes in, or this conversation, or they could definitely have a significant placement of Taurus in their chart. Okay. So, I hope that helps. Pile 3. You're coming out of a hard transition and you're starting to resurrect. You're starting to come to life. Okay. A little controlling, not necessarily letting Jesus take the wheel here. But you are definitely keeping some of the emotionality out of it. Yeah, you've been isolated. 8 of Swords, moving away from things, finding your own truth, getting rid of deception. Okay. And this has brought a lot of emotional mirrors, or a lot of looking at the past, at where you were emotionally, being very open, very vulnerable. Maybe you're doing a lot of meditation, exploring that sort of more mindfulness. Some of you may have tried some mushrooms recently or something like that. Okay. 10 of Wands, you feel a burden is being carried with this past. And some of you are like, I need to love and care for myself first before I can actually access my emotions. You're getting ready to drill for something here. 2 of Swords. But you can't keep putting off decisions. You can't keep putting off things that you have to take care of. Okay. Eight of Cups in the crossing energy with the 6 of Pentacles. Some of you may have just left a job that you really loved, or you may have walked away from something that you're waiting for your coin to pick up. It's almost like you're seeking some sort of generosity to help you through this. 5 of Swords, crossing 5 of Cups. You're very challenged here to it's almost like you're challenged to fight for yourself. Like this is what you were taught. disappear instead. But you know that that's not you anymore. You finished that, okay? This Six of Wands is an interesting one in the Crow Tarot because they're still in the Five of Wands. The sixth one isn't quite there yet. So to me, you're striving for the success. You're starting to lean in on friends. Some of you are starting to get new friends because you're realizing that you were with a toxic group, okay? There's a lot of spiritual, like almost rising coming out of you. Again, you're leaving at least one very toxic friendship here behind. But this is a healthy choice that's really good for you. Triumph, and again, spiritual strength. You are going to have someone with very deep red flags either coming back or coming back into your memory to process, to work through. This is where you confront the devil and you grow spiritually. And then you can have a healthy relationship. Okay? But this is where you have to go first. Any timestamps here, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah. You got all the fives here, pile 3. You have to process the emotions of this major transition. But again, it's lining on that Two of Swords where they're like, there's still things that you need to be doing. Not just energetically, but there's some physical things you have to be doing. And you're not doing them. You're paused. Okay? Some of you may resonate with the person with the stagnant energy in pile 2. All right? But this is the work that you have to do. So I hope that helps you. Pile 4. You have Four of Wands came out in reverse with a crossing energy of my Ace of Pentacles open. Celebration in reverse, open in the upright. So for some of you, it's like, I'm not playing games anymore. I'm not playing games. This is important. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going after. For some of you, you're just starting over after the end of a marriage. But you're trying to really open up to abundance, trying to like let go of old mindsets of scarcity. Okay. Some of you may meet someone who is married or freshly out of a marriage at work. The devil. Okay. Temptation is coming. This is because you have a spiritual lesson to learn. You also may be, if you are going through a divorce or they're going through a divorce, they may be battling a narcissist personality type or just a really aggressive individual in the court case. You can't, if you're going through a divorce, you cannot look back and be like, but I loved them. That does not serve you now. You're going in two different directions. You can be loving, but you have to look at what's best for you right now. Similarly, thinking about them, if this is their story. And I think you know, you're like, I absolutely know what I have to do to get to the next layer of this, the next level of this. But you might be enjoying the idea of love rather than the idea of sorrow, almost like spiritual bypassing. But again, the judgment will go based on what is seen, not what is unseen. And you're talking about wealth. You're talking about somebody that's trying to control your world. And what's that going to become? Okay. Time is a master. It is moving forward no matter what you do. So you need to address these things. And for some of you, make this, if you have a phone call you need to make it before they close, okay? Or before the 3rd. So that might be important. But some of you are like, I don't even want to get out of bed. But you're going to have to go through this transformation if you want this new beginning. But they're telling me you're going to have the new beginning no matter what. Is it going to be passion that it fuels, or is it going to be indigestion? Okay. Yeah, we went down a different path, didn't we, Spirit? We did. Again, 2 of Wands, because they're like, there's 2 different stories here. We also have someone here who's like rightly pissed, or going to be, based on finding out someone's still with their partner. Okay. Hermit. This breaks away from all these wishes, all these good thoughts that you had. It makes you really see things. And you're like, dang, this was a player. Like, I was played. I accepted this part from them. Again, I do feel like this is somebody is in separation or going to separate. That's a timing thing. This is coming in a timing manner. That's the struggle. Ace of Wands, crossing the 8 of Wands. Just be aware, especially if this is at work, how you're communicating. Are you keeping your emotions out of it? Are you going to mess up your job because of this? Thank you, Spirit. You may just have to cut yourself free from this and see what else is out there, even though I'm like, I know there's only one you want. I know. I'm just giving you Spirit's message. All right. Let's see if there's any timing here for you. Whatever has been hidden is going to be seen very shortly. Very close to home. Next 4 to 6 weeks. Again, you're resilient. Could be dealing with a Pisces, or this is, again, they're saying 12th house energy. This was started before you. I think that you're feeling a little unavailable, and especially with their situation, either not being emotionally or physically done. But it was almost like it was delayed because you had to be here for the lesson. Okay. And I feel like you were going through growth in spring. You were manifesting this to show up, gaining the information you needed to be here. Okay. So I hope that helped you, pile 4. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.